Yeah, get that dab rolling, dog. We hot.
So, we hot. Yo, check it, Ty. You can't really join in on this, but we can get your opinion.
Nobody can. Yeah, everybody could probably hear the talk.
But we can get your opinion on it. Nah, they can hear me and shit.
All right.
But so on the 21st, Jupiter and Saturn are aligning for the first time in like 400 or 4,000 years. Some shit. 4 is a couple zeros, right? And I guess that's going to unlock the magic inside of black people's melanin, and we're getting superpowers.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna be a pyro.
Why
I'm gonna be able.
us?
It's the melanin. It's the power in the melanin.
Ty's Italian. He got like probably 2% melanin.
So
Ty 23.
So Ty might
could have like
Ty might get something.
African, East African.
You might get a little something.
I'll let you guys know if I get anything.
You might get a little something, but like I'm gonna unleash my full pyrotechnic
test
powers.
it out in the wrong situation. You're gonna be tight and punch a hole through the whole wall in your house and shit.
Hang on, I'm doing a dab.
Like
He gonna find out at a time he don't want road rage, rip your whole steering wheel off and shit.
so Keith, what power are you trying to get?
Static shock.
Hey, a lot of electricity.
Off the rip.
That's fire.
But I'd like it to be more like static shock plus, if you remember Shorty from Superman, who could go in the plugs and shit and travel.
Okay, yeah.
Her name was like Live Wire or some shit like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. She had the blue Super Saiyan here type shit. But
that's kind of like that's almost like a freakazoid type of shit.
Freakazoid, yeah, but I just have the dreads.
Yeah.
The dreads looking
because the
crazy.
nigga freakazoid was able to just jump into the computers and I'm in your wires.
Yeah, actually knew if Static Shock comic book still is going on, his powers is crazy that he could make force fields and shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna grow and learn more about your shit, learn how to control it, learn how to access more shit.
What would you even do with that though? Like why? Because you said it immediately.
Oh, because currently it's wintertime and I currently have no power. Because my bum ass uncle did some sneak shit and turned off the national grid pretty much after we paid the bill, a day after we paid the bill. Granted,
that determined exactly what superpower he was gonna.
I'm telling you, man, the power of electricity. Like if those of you don't know, it is wintertime around the holiday season, and it's fucking cold. We just had
for all of our people in Texas, or in upstate New York,
Cali.
We got a lot of fucking snow recently.
So having no electricity, which controls our water heater and the furnace and all that shit to ignite.
So you're just trying to save money with your superpower. He's trying to take out.
I would hook y'all up. What the fuck?
How?
Get some solar panels.
How could you do that?
What I would want you to do is fucking buy solar panels, and I'm gonna use my static shock powers and just generate that shit. You have more power than a fucking.
But check it though.
Plant.
But hold up. But what about this? But I'm gonna be a pyro, so I can just fire.
So what you gonna do? Burn down niggas' houses? Like,
yeah. What are you gonna do?
I can set fires everywhere. So you're cold, get some wood, fire.
What if I have electricity running in the crib? I could still live normal.
Yeah,
I got like my Wi-Fi, my
heat.
furnace and shit. I want to burn down the crib. You'd be fired to have, no pun intended, if we went camping. Or if we were stranded on an island or something.
Or if we were fighting against a bunch of troops from the government and we just needed to take them all out at one good shot.
Got the perfect job for this nigga as a pyro. He could be the plowman and just melt all the snow and charge niggas wild bread.
Using my powers to the minimalist.
He just melt everything around.
Well, I mean, like,
he would help people. That's what superheroes do. They help people.
Yeah, in this, like a storm like this, there was a lot of people that you could have helped.
People died.
They would have had to. I don't think anyone died.
Maybe
in car crashes,
just be
10 deaths in New York State. 10 deaths.
Well, you could have saved them.
They probably had heart attacks, and I can't do anything about that with fire.
Well, yeah. Well, if the ambulance can't get to the house because there's a big amount of snow, you could go melt it.
The government would have to pay me so much money.
Why would you do that?
That's the idea.
No. That's the scumbag.
What are you talking about?
That's like Martin Shkreli.
We're supposed to save niggas for free?
Not for so much money. A little bit.
So I would say everything. What is the budget that you have for snow removal? Okay, whatever that is.
No.
I'll take add 10% and I'll take that.
$45K a year, superhero.
That's fucked up because teachers make that.
Yeah. And they're pretty much superheroes.
Listen, whatever the budget is for snow removal, add 10% and give me that, and I'll use my pyro powers to clear all the snow, every street. I'll take a couple of days to do it. I have Schenectady looking fucking like the ice. It'll be like ice on the side. But
You
ice walls and
also
stuff.
have to stop crime too. You can't just be a plow guy.
All right, I like guys.
But how
I
am
like.
I gonna stop? How am I gonna stop crime with fire? Because really, it's like you're on fire now.
No, get back. There's snow. But he said
I lied.
Keifers,
I said 10 deaths. It was 4.
yeah, there's only
At
4.
least 4 deaths and major pileups.
You know what, guys? It's okay if I get a little bit of power. I always said if I could have a superpower. As I'm thinking about saying this out loud, it feels really dumb. But like I did say this a couple times. If I could have a superpower, it would be to sing so good, like better than anyone, more beautiful. Like, you know, the people that sing on like American Idol that just the whole crowd erupts in tears.
Well,
I want to
mean,
be better and more emotional than that.
The reason why I can't jack that as a superpower because you could train as a normal person to get that. Not everybody could get to that.
But I'm
level,
better than all of them. And like the thing of it is like I could stop crime a little bit.
Here's the
right?
kicker, though. You're still gonna
How are you gonna stop crime with singing?
If
He's gonna serenade the criminals.
If I touch their heart with the power of
He's
music,
gonna make them cry and want to
This
turn
guy,
themselves in.
he's gonna be like, hey, stop, and he's gonna just stand there and start singing, and you'll see like the shit coming out of his mouth into the person's heart.
yeah, but
like,
maybe
like
I
one of
have
those
like,
Isn't that like what's his name from Captain Planet? Heart.
beside that.
he's hard.
Shut up! Shut up!
He's
Shut up!
hard.
Shut up!
He's
Shut up!
favorite.
I'm fire.
Listen, shut up! We get to add whatever we want on top of it because you got to mash a few. So I'm also like a really good detective. So
He's
like
a detective that
That's
sings
not
to
a
niggas.
superpower.
So like I could dig up a lot of information about them, like maybe their dad left them, and I'll sing like songs that touch that chord.
So you hung out with the Charm Sisters, the one that
Listen,
touches
if we're stacking,
fucking knew what was going on.
I'm adding. If we're stacking, I'm a pyro, and I also have power
No.
of combustion.
No,
which
I'm
is
saying no.
That's mix.
Yeah, I
that's
figured
mix.
that's-
Okay, combustion. Okay.
Yeah, combustion. Like I can, instead of having the shit be a flame, boom, right there, and it's just burning, I can have it be like a spark, and then boom.
Yeah, I figure you would just learn that through manipulation of the power because I'm still the same.
on,
I still just got
exactly.
electric
Yeah.
power.
I thought you were gonna say something like have
Well, honestly,
also,
we
like, water
we
or
probably
something.
eventually, if we really have these powers, like we get these powers, we eventually down the line could end up having the same power with electricity and fire, just because like they kind of come from the same place.
the heat.
Yeah, so it's like eventually you can learn how to take your electricity, turn it into fire, and then I can learn how to fucking control electricity on some
I
Avatar.
don't
shit.
know. Now you're starting to do too much. And with that being said, welcome all to the Random Bull. You got me, Tyrick.
Nigel, like always. Flames, bitch.
Take a moment of silence after that. Okay.
You never
And my fire is going to be blue. I'm not shooting.
superpowers.
I'm not
What-
shooting
hang
an
on.
orange fire.
You guys both started up at the same time. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, this is the same. My fire is blue. I'm not shooting no orange fire. That's gay.
I think blue fire is gay.
Blue fire is the blue fire is the hottest flame that there is, Tyler.
Yeah, that's gay. You're flaming.
Filet mignon.
You're flaming harder than anyone.
Oh shit, dude. That'd be crazy if there's a gay artist out there that makes comics and his Justice League is strictly gay niggas and the flame on
Yeah.
guy's like, flame on.
So if we could get somebody to draw Kiefer as
Oh my
like
God,
a
get the
freakazoid electroid superhero, we get the flame on version of Nye, like a gay, like he's gay looking.
Why do I have to be? Why do I have
Because
to be gay?
that's the joke. That's the twist we took.
Jesus.
So you're
That's
gonna
the twist.
like have like a super spandex blue suit with like blue gay dreads that like kind of like are wavy but go up, and then they have to
He
make
said blue gay dreads. As opposed to blue.
Everything is gay. Just everything.
and then
like, hold on, the dreads is gay too.
Yeah,
so-
like, everything's gay.
and then
You have these gay shoes on, this gay blue spandex.
he pulls the
like-
phone out and starts being gay. So, and then somebody's got to draw me as a detective that can sing.
You got a Sherlock Holmes hat on with a fucking
microphone.
with a tuxedo.
with a tux,
Yeah.
because the opera singers
It's like a lounge singer.
Instead of my
with
my
like
holster,
a monocle glass, just cause for style, just one glass.
I got
Yeah.
I have a stage microphone in my holster instead of a gun.
This guy.
And that's part of my power too. Like speakers just form out of everything around me.
Just whenever you pull the mic out, just even if there's not speakers there, people hear it like
Loud.
it's coming through speakers.
Yeah, pretty clear, like perfect sound.
Stop crying.
Even if they're in the middle of the woods, you're like, yo, I don't see any electricity
sound-
here, but I hear it like it's right next to me.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then
shit.
it
And this is
immediately when
it's
it
a
gets
beautiful
into their,
sound.
Actually, I'm not a well, I am a detective, but when my words enter your ears, they change in your brain into whatever is most meaningful to you and going to get you emotional the most.
So you're not like a.
I'm
so,
a fucking
you're
superhero.
So you're a nice superhero. You're like the Aquaman of the group.
I'm not in water, but I get what you're saying. You're trying to call me the lamer one.
You're
That's hard, though.
Yeah,
It's
but,
hard-
but,
it's a hard
but-
job. Somebody's
Yeah,
gotta do
Kiefer,
it.
it is hard. But let's be honest.
I thought
When
he said
shit
hard.
when shit was hitting the fan, was Hart the one that they were looking for, or was it fire?
They were looking
or
for
water,
earth, fire,
or
water,
earth?
wind.
They were looking for everybody but Hart.
Where's
Hart
Hart?
was just the last piece they needed to make Captain Planet.
Yeah.
I'm more of like a city cop type superhero.
Hart was always using his power when they were like, "Oh, we're going to the zoo and we're gonna set these animals free." Then Hart goes in and talks to him. "Oh, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get you out of here."
No,
and
they
then
would send me
fire
in
comes up
to sing to the animals.
Yeah, he comes up, sings to him. Then fire comes up, lets fucking sets the shit, melts the fucking lock, opens it up, and then they got water out here shooting people with fucking water everywhere. And Hart is just, "Oh, I'm riding the elephant with the rest of the animals around me."
See,
You got
now
the
you're
power to
onto
talk to
something. I would
animals.
probably ride an elephant
Control
and
animals.
make it stomp things for me.
He didn't do that. Hart didn't do that.
He just wanted the animals to get away.
Hart
Well,
hung out
and-
with a
and
And
little
it's kind of
monkey.
fucked up because
hold
they
on.
made him a Native American.
Damn.
He hung out with a
American and
monkey.
He cared about the land.
I want to be able to get in the situation. Like, I'm the first line of defense. Before you guys even show up, I'm there and I'm talking to,
A terrorist.
yeah, I was
You're
going
trying
to say, what's
you're
that
trying
guy?
to sing to him.
What's that one guy that we killed? Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
Like, they would send me to talk to him and I would go sing. And I would sing the most heartfelt song in his own tongue. That's also part of my power.
He definitely
I
had
sing
soldiers
in
on
any
deck
language.
clapping at you.
Jesus.
I have to be able to
not
affect
gonna-
anyone.
Jesus,
I have
this
to
guy,
be-
not only is he a detective, not only can he sing, he can now sing in multiple languages fluently.
Yeah, and I know every country's
Dialect and
song.
all that shit.
Their national anthem.
Yeah,
and
I know
shit.
their national anthem and their most meaningful songs.
He would probably still try and clap you.
No,
Or get some of his soldiers who like, yo, if this nigga sets foot here, blow up the whole building with me in it. 'Cause
if that's
these
the
niggas
case,
go out
then I
with a
can
bang.
also teleport.
Now you can tell
This guy, I'm just getting all the
I'm just
powers.
chilling. I'm just getting bread from the government. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use
Yeah,
my
niggas
power.
gotta pay me.
I'm a listen. I'll rob banks with my firepower,
I would be assigned probably at some point to sing to you.
and I'm just gonna have to shoot you with some flames.
tuck you in.
I'm gonna throw fireballs at you.
I just
Flame
run my
on.
own power plant.
I'm never gonna say flame on. I'm never gonna say flame on. What it's gonna be like pyro.
Flame
It's gonna be
on.
like in X-Men 2. I'm gonna be like him. I'm
Yeah.
just fire.
Just instant
Flame on is gay.
burn.
Flame on is gay.
That was also made in like the 60s. So it probably sounded cool as fuck with the Fantastic Four.
You didn't talk. Did you talk about the break-in?
No, the break-in was probably the week after we didn't go because we did have a pod that day, which was a Sunday, and
Yeah.
it happened that following night after the pod. So that following week, which was last week, we didn't do it. So to keep everybody up on everything, I'm currently in the house. I have been for the past 3 years. The house is in my uncle's name, but he hasn't paid the mortgage in 2 years. So my girl and I are on some squatting shit. But before you jump the gun and say, wait, are you living for free? that is one less bill that is taken out of it, but we still are technically homeowners having to fix the damages in the home, pay for the utilities, et cetera, et cetera. So we're trying to get the home because we've got the credit score and the funds for it. But this motherfucker doesn't want to sign the deed over just because.
The part of the story that I was looking forward to hearing about though was when the night that he tried to come over.
Oh, right. All right. So we'll hop right into it. So we were sleeping. It was a Sunday night going into Monday. My girl's got to wake up early for work. She wakes up around 3:30, 4 o'clock to get to work for 5 a.m. And she wakes me up in the middle of the night, probably around midnight, a little bit after midnight. She's like, hey, I think someone's trying to kick in the door. And for some reason that night, I carried my big Rambo knife with me upstairs for some random reason. It was just on the kitchen table, and I brought it upstairs and put it on the nightstand next to me, and we went to sleep. And I woke up like, oh, man, I just manifested some shit. The knife is the only form of defense I have because I can't own a legal firearm. So I go in my kitchen. There's a staircase that leads down to the basement as well as the backyard entrance. And I see a light. All the lights are off. I keep all the lights off so I could get an idea of what's going on. And I see a cell phone light shining at the door. Now my door has, I got the actual, let's just say 2 foot long by like 2 foot wide glass. Like insulated glass so you can see outside. Anyway, this guy is bashing the glass. He's smashing it. I'm like, hey. And he continues to smash it with what was my shovel that was outside. So he smashes through it, and I just see a hand like open the door. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker is coming in here. So my heart's fucking pumping out my chest.
Like, dude, this is like one of those situations that nightmares are kind of made of.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is the classic nightmare situation for me. Somebody bashes in a window and a hand is clapping,
through.
Clawing at you all fucking maniacally and shit.
I'm at the top of the stairs witnessing this, like a hand, and then turns the lock, opens the door, and he's got the shovel in his hand, and he's coming up the stairs. So I'm like, fuck, it's time to go to war. So, the stairs are I think it's about 12 or 13 stairs, and he's running up, and I'm running down. So we meet about midway at like 6 steps for me, maybe 6 steps for him. And I'm facing down, he's facing up, and I fucking go in stabbing motion. I'm about to stab. I pull my hand back with the knife, and when I'm gonna lunge forward, he goes, "You gonna stab me?" And it was my uncle's voice. So I knee-jerk reaction stop so I don't kill this motherfucker and just kick him in the face because he still broke shit. So I kick him in the face, jump down the stairs, and I stomp him out a little bit because, long story short, he has access to the house. It's not like he can't come to the house. He has a key for the house. He stunk of alcohol. So I beat him until he passed out, call the police, and the police station's about 10 minutes away from the house. And these motherfuckers take about 45 minutes, 55 minutes to get to the house.
It's crazy.
By the time they get to the house, this guy's fucking got drunken strength. He wakes up out of his knockout and he's off. He runs off into the distance. It's fucking cold. We didn't have snow yet, but it might have been 20, 25 degrees out. And he's gone. Police finally show up 45 minutes later with him in the back cruiser. They just find him like waltzing off somewhere in the street. They're like, do you want to press charges? They see my fingers fucked up from work, so they thought that happened in our scuffle. I told them what happened. I was like, he broke into the house. I didn't know who it was. As you can see, the knife's on the table. I didn't use it. I just beat him up a little bit. I flipped the light on. It's my uncle. Granted, I already knew it was my uncle from the, "You gonna stab me?" He just deserved an ass whooping because, long story short, the police, while he's in the cruiser, they go in the backyard. They've got to take pictures of the broken glass and shit for the police report. And they find his coat and his backpack with his keys, and the key of which opens the door that he smashed in. So his excuse was, I left the door locked and he couldn't see, so he had to smash his way to get in. Yeah. But I'm like, you came at an unreasonable hour and you have my phone number. I have 0 missed calls from him. Showed him my phone. 0 missed calls from the guy. He just waltzed over randomly in a drunken rage from Albany. So Albany to Troy, where he lives, would at least be in the cold at that too. Shit's going to be a long walk. at least an hour and a half, maybe.
That shit's crazy.
So, I didn't press charges. A week after the incident, he gets his girlfriend to call me and asks for rent. Need I mind you, the house is fucking cold. We've got plastic covering the glass opening. We ended up getting new glass for it, which was only about $130. So it wasn't too crazy of a fix. It was just inconvenient. And we had to pay out of pocket because the officers said he damaged his own property. So that's your problem. Take him to civil court for the bread. You got to sue him for the bread.
Right.
So after that, he gets in his feelings. Now, 2 weeks later, we wake up after paying the NIMO bill on Thursday. We wake up Friday to no electricity. I called National Grid and I got the account number. I'm like, yeah, this is such and such. What's up? They're like, you called us yesterday and told us to turn the power off. What are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, this bum motherfucker. And the only reason why I never switched over the shit is because we had to pay off all the shit on the house beforehand. I'm like, let me just switch it over after we paid off, which was this bill. Mm-hmm. And I just waited too long. But you got to think. An old friend of mine that was staying there for a whole year didn't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
And the second I move in, now I got to deal with this. So, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just looking at it as bad karma and for me and bad karma for him. Because he got fucked up. And I got fucking lazy not switching things over fast enough. So, now we're without power until like Tuesday or Wednesday.
That whole situation is crazy because now you and your girl are about to have a baby and shit. So it's like even more protective mode.
Right. I'm trying. You guys got to tell me where I was wrong because he's telling me I was wrong for fucking him up. So when I said, what would you have done if you got a pregnant girl in the house in the middle of midnight, someone smashes in your door? He's like, I would have let him in. Type, you should have just let me in. I'm like, as cold air is coming. Like, I'm still amped up, adrenaline rushing. You don't think I want to, like, yoke you up a little bit? You're lucky you just got... He thinks I stabbed him. First of all, the officers would have told me, like, yo, there's stab wounds, this and that. He had to have stitches on his head. That's all. But now
from his dumbass breaking the window.
Right. And he's saying that I stabbed him, so motherfuckers who stab people don't deserve power, even though we paid for the electric. He's like, that's what he said when I spoke to him on the phone. Like, you're a dickhead. We paid you December. And we also have been paying the bills in your name. Why am I getting penalized? Because you fucked me up. So now I'm going to fuck you up. All right. Well, now we got to go to court. So. It's a lot of fuckery, guys.
Yeah, that's a situation where if it was my house, I told you I probably would have fucking shot the guy.
I think a lot of people
I gotta get rid of this dog. He keeps coming in and out. There we go.
You just edit that out. Yeah, man. Protective mode. The lady is fucking mad paranoid now and don't feel safe, but still wants me to do work on the crib. She still's like, all right, well, we got to paint this room. If we're going to live here, I want to be comfortable. I'm like, all right.
I would have shot him.
I think a lot of people would have shot or lunged forward with the full stab, especially when, if he didn't say you were going to stab me, I would have stabbed all the way. It's just something inside of me heard the voice. Oh, it's this dumb motherfucker. I'm at least going to beat you up. And correct me if I'm wrong. At least that was the minimal he should have gotten. And I didn't press charges. The officer's like, you sure? All right. They took him to the hospital to get stitched up and took his ass home because he broke in his own shit he had the keys to. So a beating was at the very least.
Yeah, nah, you didn't do anything wrong. You did what any normal person would have did who was woken up by a bump in the night in the middle of their sleep. Simple as that. Like
a lot of people would have just saw the light and shot at the door.
Yeah, that ass like I got the AR in the crib, so like, but I'm not in a spot where anyone will be breaking. But like, just if I was, I got the AR in the crib, so like, if it was me, and I'm coming down with this shit, like,
yeah,
and I probably wouldn't just start letting off shots, but I would let them know like, yo, whoever you are, you got 3 seconds to stop whatever you're doing, or I'm gonna let this off on you. And then from there, I'm gonna cock it.
Yeah. So you could hear it.
Yeah, like lock.
He probably from the door though. He probably wouldn't hear the cock with the glass. The cock, but he probably wouldn't hear it. So you gotta yell or let off a warning shot or something.
Yeah. Then
shit.
I was gonna say I probably let off a warning shot. Bow.
Yeah. It'd be crazy if he didn't give a fuck, dude. He was so drunk, he probably wouldn't give a fuck. Like after you let off the warning shot, bow. You'll hear silence for a while, then it'll start jingling the door.
Nah, bro,
then you gotta light up that door.
The AR shot would fucking scare anybody. But even like if I had a shotgun, I'm shooting a buckshot, like boom. But then we're ruining the doors. We're ruining the doors and shit. And like I'm just trying to get him away and not create more damage. But like I don't know. Maybe I let him. Maybe I wait for him to come in. Maybe I wait for him to open the door and step in. And as soon as he's in my view and in that hallway, then I'm there. Like
as soon as I see a hand come through the window,
the window is what
I'm just shooting at the fucking door.
Damage the door, so now you tight. You're gonna let off that shot out.
Yeah, but I don't want to shoot. But he smashed the glass. I'm not trying to shoot through the door part though.
The glass is big enough. It's big enough of a viewing window where you could like, if you got decent aim, that's a lot of open. You know, it's like 2 foot by 2. It's big.
I'm just shooting at that window.
Yeah, I think it's 3 foot long.
I don't think I could shoot out the window. I think I would just shoot. I would have to wait. I would wait for him to come in.
Realistically, I probably would too, because in my heart, I want to just shoot at the window and just be like, whatever. But it's like,
you're going to be like, I don't want to have to replace this whole door.
Right,
I don't want to just be letting off mad.
What if it was
shots.
Sean or some shit?
Yeah, it's like
bashing into the shit.
Yeah,
wait
I don't know why you would be doing that.
And then wait for him to step in, and then they got a fucking muzzle, they had a barrel in their face.
Bro, I honestly didn't know that.
Make your next move.
My uncle wasn't the first thought when the smash, because he's got the key. Like in my brain, he usually calls. And he usually has the key and just waltz in. Even if it's at random, it's happened before where he waltzed in random hours of the night when I was living there. And I just cursed him out real quick. What do you want? Oh, you want money? All right, let's go to the ATM. Give him like a little $50.
4 in the morning.
Or
let's go to the ATM.
Or $60. And give him like, he's wasted. But I'll cuss him out, fucking give him a little bit of bread, hush money, and take him back to his bitch's crib. Now he just smashed in the window, and I got to deal with the damages. So being that I have to deal with the financial damages, I may as well fuck you up a little bit. You're going to get a hospital bill that's equitable, that's comparable, to the damages I got to pay.
And before the dog fucked everything up, I think that's what I was saying is like about the protective mode shit. It's like just off the strength of I'm here, now I got my woman here and my future child here. Like, you're just getting fucked up just for scaring me like that. Like
when I knew it was him, I jerked. That's why I didn't lunge forward. I just kicked him in the face because he was going up the stairs. I'm like, I gave him a Sparta kick to the face, and he fell down the stairs. And then I jumped from like 6 stairs down and just river danced on his face real quick. Yeah, granted, he probably got cut up more because there were shards of glass all over the ground, and I'm barefoot, stomping on him, stomping on. Luckily, I didn't cut my foot. Just stomping on him, heel to the face.
Should have thought about that before he should have thought about that before he broke the window in.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's right. I was telling Keif like when he told me because I'm dead. I'm sleeping. Right. This guy calls me. It's like 1 a.m. I get a missed call, and then he calls me again. I'm like, what? I'm in my mind like, why is he calling me at 1 a.m? So I answer. This guy is, yo, bro, you don't even guess what just happened. Man, hype this shit. I'm like, in my mind, I'm just like, bro, any other person would have killed this nigga. Like,
that's a fact.
Any other person would have just killed him and then asked questions later.
Yeah.
Those 7 officers that were in the house didn't say they would, but they like hinted at that they would
like,
just
shoot
the door.
You're better than me.
They were that's shit like that. They're like, he's lucky he didn't come to my house. All of them were like, yep. They all would have clapped him. Even if they were renting, they're like, even if he's renting from you and you own the crib, you're accepting money from him. Like, you can't just, landlords can't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
That's
just
not
can't
part
bash,
of it.
you're fucking up your own property, but now your tenants got a little bit more rights. And I'm just telling him, dude, if you want me out, now you got to evict me. I was willing to go, but now you got to evict me. And I just let him know everything that's about to happen. I'm like, we could have gone to the bank. I could have helped him file for bankruptcy. That way he doesn't have to pay that 2-year mortgage shit. Like, hit his credit for 7 years, but he's fucking living in a 1-bedroom with his bitch anyway, and has no use for credit at 66 years old. He's not working, doing anything. So what do you care if your credit's fucked up for 7 years? Just transfer the deed over.
It's probably gonna be fucked up anyway because you fucking
ain't paid.
You're fucking foreclosing on your house.
Yeah,
it's already fucked up.
It's already done. So what do you care? He wants to go down with the ship, Titanic style. He's like, I don't care. I don't want you to have the house. I don't care. Which legally is his right. But now, nigga,
it's just annoying.
Emotionally, it's his right.
Legally, it's his right, but now he's got to legally get me out of there. If he's doing the legal shit, now you got to legally get me out, dog. And you got to pay. And I'm suing you for all the damages that I had to repair came out of my pocket. So where I fucked up is that it's like family. It's just a verbal agreement. You at the crib, I give you bread, sympathy bread, because I really shouldn't give you anything. You're not doing any landlord duties. You don't shovel, you don't mow, you don't fix any damages in the crib.
No.
You don't do shit but sit back and
I wouldn't
collect.
be giving this nigga no money. Come to the house, nigga, we'll fight.
That's a fact.
Fuck.
That's even,
I even hit up Sean.
I even hit up Sean. I hit you up, and then I hit Sean up, and he was awake down south where he was taking care of business and shit. And he was like, yeah, man, he's lucky it wasn't me. Like,
I would have went ape shit on him.
Oh, stop.
like, yeah, you're real lucky. It wasn't me.
I would have killed your uncle, Keith.
Yeah, right. He would have been hiding in the closet on the phone like, Kiefer, I think your uncle is smashing in the door.
I think he's drunk.
Twisted, man. Fucking twisted. That's because I was on the phone like, bro, you were here for a year, and he showed up a couple times, but he showed up happy-go-lucky. Like, I'm just looking for some money. And then we fucking gave him some money, and he left for another 4 or 5 months.
That's so crazy.
And that was it. He never smashed anything or anything.
Just pops in for a couple bucks, takes off.
Yep. That's it.
So starting to get what random balls about?